What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Yeti Express DFS podcast presented to you by Draft Dashboard. Remember, you can try out all the tools that I use in this video 30 days for $1 by clicking my link in the description below. Gets you access to the cheat sheet, all these tools, sleepers and studs, player trends, position optimizers, mass lineup generator, all kinds of good stuff. And does that for every single sport. So right now, you'll have MLB coming up. We'll have NFL. They do have NFL preseason stuff out right now. WNBA is really good. It's got some really good tools in it as well. Here's the cheat sheet for today. Here's your pitchers. It's still kind of trickling in yet. We'll go into our watch players tab. We'll go over the players that I'm looking at today. First up, we have a first baseman / third baseman. I'm putting him in the third base slot. It's Jake Lamb. Pretty good career numbers against John Gray. 389 batting average, 7 for 18, 3 singles, 3 doubles, 1 home run. He's only 4,000, and he's in Coors Field, so he's got a pretty good price on him. Next up, we have Jesse Winker against Joe Ross. Joe Ross, not the greatest pitcher in the world. Winker does a lot better against righties. He's going to hit leadoff, projected for about 14% projected ownership. He's 3,800, makes for a pretty good value play there. There's Lamb's ownership, 20%. Next guy I went and grabbed was Chris Davis. It's just a price play. He's projected to hit third in the lineup against Madison Bumgarner. Bumgarner can give up some home runs, and when he does, he'll get pissed about it and yell at the player like it was his fault for hitting it 500 feet. Anyways, Chris Davis he's kind of a guy he's a very talented player, been in a slump. He hit a home run last week, hasn't done much since. 2 for 11 against Bumgarner, not good numbers, but he's 3,300 and he's got all the talent in the world. He's just got to find it again. Kind of trying to strike lightning in a bottle on that one, but we'll see how we go with that. Next up, I have Jesus Aguilar. He's been playing pretty good lately, hitting the ball well, 8-6, 16 against Eric Lauer. Aguilar actually hits righties a little bit better than lefties, and Lauer has a reverse platoon split where he throws a little bit better to left throws a little bit better to he throws a little bit better to righties than he does lefties, which is kind of bizarre. But you see that with some pitchers. Jesus Aguilar, another guy that's cheap, and he's just been doing well lately. I think he makes for an okay play. This is more of a 50-50 lineup or a double-up lineup than it is a GPP lineup. I'm going to show you why I have all these cheap bats at the end. We'll get to our pitchers. Next up, we have Tucker Barnhart. Anytime you get a catcher with 4 for 4 against a pitcher, I hate rostering catchers because they all suck. But Tucker Barnhart, he's been pretty good in the past couple weeks. Yesterday he got 5. The day before that was 2, 12. I mean, you don't get a whole lot from your catcher very often. Joe Ross really struggles against switch hitters. There's not too many switch hitting catchers though, so I think maybe Barnhart. And off the top of my head, I know that Manny Grandal does it, but not too many switch hitting catchers. So I don't know how much you can take that into consideration, but he does struggle against switch hitters. But yeah, 4 for 4, 3 singles and a double. Good BVP stuff that you like to see from your catcher. And then our pitchers today, I went and grabbed Zach Greinke. White Sox have actually hit him fairly well in their career, but man, did the White Sox strike out a ton. I was excited to roster Greinke yesterday. I just knew I couldn't because of the weather. He should be pitching tonight in the late game. I'll have to double check that, but that's what they have it set up for now. They have Greinke in the late game. But yeah, he could get 8 innings and 8 Ks here. I mean, Greinke should dominate against this team. Next up, I went and grabbed Chris Sale against the Indians. Indians have also hit him fairly well, but the Indians have added more strikeouts in their lineup. Guys like Franmil Reyes and Yasiel Puig strike out more than the guys that were in there before. Sales coming off some really good games here, 39, 29, and then he had a couple stinkers in the middle there with a 9.2 and a negative 5.8. Last time out went for 47. I think Chris Sale is going to be very popular. He's still under 11K, so he's easy to get to. Then I went and grabbed, I think I took Josh Reddick out. And then we went and grabbed Josh Reddick. We left him in there. Look, he's not exciting to roster. He's hitting in the 9 hole. He's only 3,400. Still has a little bit of power left in him. Nova struggles against lefties. I think you can pretty much roster any lefty against Nova. You're going to see guys like Jordan Alvarez and Michael Brantley probably be pretty popular today. You're going to see guys like Josh Reddick be not as popular just because they're hitting lower in the order. But Reddick still has some pop. He can get the ball out of the yard. I like him today. Got a decent projection of about 9 points. Hitting in the bottom of the order for 3,400. Next guy up, I have Orlando Arcia against Martin Perez. 0 for 3 against Perez. Perez does struggle a lot more to right-handed hitters. Arcia hits him about a little bit less against lefties, but he does have a little bit of power when he gets a hold of it. He's a guy that can get you. He can go 0 for 4, or he can go like 3 for 5. He's just kind of one of those guys that seems to be boom or bust. He's not a guy I roster very often, but I do like the price tag on him and the spot for him. Then the last guy I went and got is at 11% projected ownership. It's Cavion Biggio. Hits righties a lot better than he does lefties, obviously. And Lance Lynn struggles against lefties a little bit more than he does righties and switch hitters. Cavion Biggio is part of the new Blue Jays movement that has all these former MLB players, sons on their team, and Biggio, Bo Bichette, and Vladimir Guerrero. All these guys can hit the ball. They've all came in, and they're going to be good next year. Give them a couple of years. They get some pitching. Blue Jays are going to be good. They've been stroking the ball. They scored, 19 runs yesterday. Cavion Biggio, I just think he makes for a good play at 3,700. So when we get into the optimizer, it'll spit out my exact lineup. Chris Sale, Zach Greinke, Tucker Barnhart, Jake Lamb, Cavion Biggio. Oh, nope, we got to do a little bit of shaking up here. We got to put, where's our first baseman at? Jesus Aguilar in there, and then we'll get Jake Lamb back in here. All right, so there you have it. Sale, Greinke, Barnhart, Aguilar, Cavion Biggio, Jake Lamb, Orlando Arcia, Jesse Winker, Chris Davis, and Josh Reddick. That's the lineup that we're going to be using today. We're just going to grab the top-end pitching and jam in some bats that are in decent spots. Going to play 50-50 today. And as you can see, some of these players have ownership attached to them to the right. Obviously, neither of my pitchers do yet. It's still kind of trickling in, but we have guys at 10%, 7%, 11%, 20%, 14%. So even doing so with our pitching and cramming in these guys, the guys that we're rostering aren't just complete barn burners. They're actually guys that are rostering some ownership. So as you can see, the dash rank to the right, with having such a valued lineup, you're going to see some reds in here, and basically that's saying that, they don't grade out all that well. But you see Sales in the green, and then we have a couple guys in the middle. But once you get under, like the 4K kind of guys, you're going to see some of these red guys pop up. But every once in a while, it's worth doing it just to jam in the pitching. I think I can get 60 points just from my pitching, if not more. So if we can get, anywhere from 40 to 50 from our hitters, we'll be in great shape. So anyways, thanks for stopping by, guys. Thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That always helps me out. We've been gaining some subscribers lately, so keep letting them trickle in. Always makes me doing what I'm doing a little bit better. We have football coming up. I want to get all you guys to be a part of my YouTube channel before football starts. We will put up football videos pretty much whenever we can. We'll probably put them out on Wednesday, and we'll talk about the Thursday game. We might have multiple videos. We might have single game videos. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do with that, but we are going to have a ton of football content, so make sure you're here for that. Alrighty, thanks for stopping by today, guys, and good luck.